What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and the Samsung Galaxy S9 is just weeks away from getting announced, and I'm a lot more excited than I should be considering I am an Apple channel. It's always exciting when Samsung's announcing stuff because they don't hold back. They always give you the best and everything you want that's available on the market right now, and I don't expect that to be any different with the Galaxy S9. So the point of this video is I wanted to mention the strengths, the big things that Samsung is going to use to sway over Apple users to the new Galaxy S9, the advantages it'll have over the iPhone 10. And yes, this is still in the leak rumor stage, but this is pretty solid stuff considering a month out, we know mostly everything about new phones, new products coming out. So that's what this video will be about. And I also wanted to throw in the latest leaks and news about the Galaxy S9. So let's get started. Now, the first advantage that the Samsung Galaxy S9 will have over the iPhone 10 is the screen to body ratio. The actual phone is shrinking. The outside bezels are growing smaller. The screens are staying the same size, but in this actual schematics, we can see the actual schematics and comparing it to the size of the Galaxy S8. So it is shrinking while the screen remaining the same size and the bezels getting smaller on the top and bottom. Blinking you'll miss it. There's not much difference, but it certainly is expanding in the screen to body ratio. The iPhone 10 right now has a screen to body ratio of 81.49, mostly hindered by that up there. And the Galaxy S9 is rumored to go from 85 to 90%, somewhere in that area. That's really going to be impressive. It's the fact that the phone is getting smaller while getting all of those new internals and features, which is the most impressive part. Now, yes, we know that Samsung and Apple both tend to copy each other once in a while, handpicking features that they like from the other phone and incorporating into their own phone with a spin. So Samsung will be doing that this year with one of Apple's biggest features on the iPhone 10, not only copy it, but surpass it. Face ID. So apparently Samsung is getting its own version to be called Intelligent Scan, supposedly, and this will be even better than Face ID for one reason. The Snapdragon 845 chip that's included in the Samsung Galaxy S9, or will be, is capable of 50,000 data points from the infrared scanner in order to unlock your phone. So that means a more secure unlock using the facial system. It will be a 3D recognizing system, so not only just a picture that could fool the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the Note 8 right now. So there is also a rumor that Samsung will combine their version of Face ID with the iris scanning. So that way you'll be able to get an even more secure unlock system using your iris, your facial modeling. It'll just be completely impossible for anybody to ever make a mask and an accurate eye recreation in order to unlock your phone. So I thought that was very impressive. They're getting Face ID, but making it even more secure than Apple's. Apple currently uses 30,000 infrared dots and Samsung's would be 50,000. So a huge step up. Now, this is both one of the coolest and innovative things I've seen on a smartphone in a very long time, and it's almost 100% likely to happen on the Galaxy S9. There's just overwhelming evidence of it happening. So Samsung will be introducing on the camera of both the S9 and S9 Plus a variable aperture system. So this means basically this video explains it. Your camera will be able to widen and tighten the aperture much like a DSLR or more expensive camera on a smartphone. And that means you can adjust to nighttime shots or daytime shots and get the best possible shot. It's really incredible what it can do. It'll let in so much light, so that means 1.5 aperture when it's open and 2.4 when it's closed. So that means you can get some great daytime and even better nighttime shots. And this is basically like a prime lens if you guys have ever used one. I recently went out, started taking some pictures using a prime lens, and you can get some fantastic shots at night using that wide aperture, and I can't wait to see what the Galaxy S9 will be capable of. Yes, the iPhone 10 camera at night is good. This one I think will be one of the best, if not the best, on a smartphone sold in the world right now. And the camera sensor itself is supposed to stay at 12 megapixels, which isn't a problem because there will be so many other advancements in camera tech, and the dual lens system will have dual optical image stabilization. So the camera on the Galaxy S9 is likely to far surpass Apple's. And another advantage the Galaxy S9 will have over the iPhone 10, even the base model, but especially the larger model, the S9 Plus, is the battery life. So the iPhone 10 has a pretty small battery for a smartphone in this class, 2,716 milliamps. Most are 3,000 or more nowadays, but still, it has some fantastic battery life. The Galaxy S9, the standard one, is rumored to have 3,000 milliamps. This actually did leak the battery itself, and it has a pretty good trust score on /leaks. And the Galaxy S9 Plus will have 3,500 milliamps. So these are very massive batteries, but they're actually smaller than last year's Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. On the Galaxy S9, it's staying at 3,000 milliamps, but on the S9 Plus, it's shrinking from the S8 Plus to 3500 from 3600. So I still think that the battery life will be better because of the advancements in the OS, maybe the RAM utilization. Also, the processor should be more efficient, so the battery life theoretically should be better than the S8 even. And another advantage of the Galaxy S9 is pricing. So ET News has discovered Samsung's pricing strategy, and although they are getting more expensive than the S8 and S8 Plus, they will still be cheaper than the iPhone 10. So for the base S9, pricing is going to be about $875, and the S9 Plus will be $925. So a decent $100 almost cheaper than the iPhone 10, while still being a newer phone in 2018. I think that's definitely a good strategy on Samsung's part because they're going to want to undercut the price from Apple while retaining a lot of customers for being sub $1,000, where most smartphones nowadays are getting so expensive. It's definitely a good thing, I think, that Samsung's keeping it under $1,000. It's just the mentality of the price crossing $1,000 as to why so many people don't want to buy the iPhone 10. It's only $100, $200 more than the iPhone 8, 8 Plus. So honestly, it's really worth it in the long run, but people focus so much on that $1,000 bits that they just don't buy it. And bonus, one more advantage that the Galaxy S9 will have is gigabit speeds using the Snapdragon 845. Now, although yes, I will admit I've never even come close to the 600 megabit LTE download speeds that my iPhone 10 is capable of, the Galaxy S9 will still double that using the Snapdragon 845 to 1.2 gigabit download speed. Truly, that's ridiculous. Do I need those kind of speeds on my phone? Sure, in a few years where we'll be streaming 4K on our phones, maybe. I mean, who knows? But it's definitely good to be future-proofed. I'd say it's just 1.2 gigabits. Which carrier is going to support those speeds? Right now, they're rolling out 5G in certain areas as testing, but no one is utilizing anything near even 600 on the iPhone 10. So just thought that should throw that in there. It's an advantage, but will you realize it? Probably not. All right, so those are the advantages that the Galaxy S9 will have over the iPhone 10. Both fantastic phones, but this one is just going to do some things a little bit better than the iPhone 10. Now I wanted to talk about the latest leaks and rumors regarding the Galaxy S9. First off, Dbrand dedicated a website where you can customize your S9 and S9 Plus with skins, and this is the final design. If you had any doubt about it, this is a major wrap maker posting online the design of the Galaxy S9. So I'm not sure how they're not getting into trouble for this, or if they should or shouldn't be doing this, but they did post it for your pleasure, and there it is. Just like the earlier leaks suggested, that dual lens camera on the S9 Plus, single one, and the relocated fingerprint sensor, the swapped flash on the side. So definitely looks very clean. On the front, they show that the bezels are just a little bit slimmer. Definitely looks good, but it's hard to tell from the S8 from the front. On the back, of course, you got that different design. And EV Leaks has actually posted the official press images and press wallpapers. And I gotta warn you, this one does look a little funky because it's showing a 2D image of the front of these phones, so it's almost as if the bezels are thicker. But he did also want to clarify, no, the bezels on the side are not thicker. They're just the same, if not thinner than the S8. So it's just a little perception shift. That's why you're seeing it and it looks a little bit thicker. It's definitely not. Again, the schematics show that the bezels are slimmer and the phone is smaller than the old S8 and S8 Plus. Also, the press images, the wallpaper looks pretty dang good. They're definitely going to showcase that organic LED display. I'm really hoping there will be some advantages. I mean, reviews right now are showing that the iPhone X's display gets brighter in the whites, and overall it might be a better organic LED display, so I'm hoping Samsung steps it up with the S9. And actual camera samples have leaked online from the Galaxy S9. Unknown whether this is from the S9 Plus or just standard one, but they both look so good. Yes, they're compressed. I mean, they're a little fuzzy, the resolution wasn't so great, but even still you can tell the focus, the colors, it looks fantastic. And the iPhone X definitely now has a true competitor in the camera game. And EV Leaks did also mention that Samsung is bringing in their own competitor to Animoji. So you'll be able to animate avatars on the Galaxy S9 using that new 3D facial system that they're incorporating. And on your $1,000 phone, you'll finally be able to turn yourself into an animated poop. So that's great. Also, this one's a bit older, but it was a while since I posted my last Galaxy video. The actual specs did leak on the box. No, those aren't the real boxes, but from the real one, it was definitely legitimate looking. So the specs mostly remain the same, 64 gigabytes of base storage, AKG tuned speakers, earbuds. It is rumored that the speakers will get tuned by them as well. The one interesting thing to note is that this does support the evidence that Samsung is bringing that variable aperture camera to the S9, as the aperture will switch from 1.5 to 2.4 depending on which mode you're using. So definitely great. Still water resistant as you'd expect. Not much changes here. Basically the same as the S8, just mostly camera differences. And I also wanted to mention that super slow motion has been confirmed, again, by these specs. So the camera will be capable of 480 frames per second at 720p resolution. For a smartphone, that's definitely not the best. Sony has some crazy slow motion cameras, but on the Samsung Galaxy, that's definitely great to have, and I can't wait to try that out. And lastly, I wanted to mention the release date. So yes, Samsung did send out press invites for their Unpacked event at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona for the 25th of February. So after that, it's rumored that on the 1st, you'll be able to pre-order your S9 or S9 Plus, and on the 16th of March, they will be out. And this is pretty in line with past Galaxy releases. So, springtime, new Galaxy phone, and this time around, it's no different. Definitely looking forward to this phone so much. I definitely think it'll compete with the iPhone X on a much more personal level, as it'll be copying a lot of its features, the N emojis, the face unlock system, while still bringing some advantages to the table. So this will be more of a fair fight. The Snapdragon 845, though, although it is faster, it's still yet to be seen the actual performance in real life. So I'm curious to see how close it'll be. I mean, single core score, there's no way it'll compete, but multi-core, shuffling between apps, seeing if it'll close them in the background, I'm very curious on that. Either way, guys, the Galaxy S9 is coming. Definitely will be more of a true competitor to the iPhone X, and of course, I'll be covering it when it's out with a speed test and the such. So stay tuned for all of that, guys. Very excited for this phone coming in just a few weeks here. Peace.